What is going on, guys? We are back playing some more on the HermitPack. So today we're going to continue working on upgrading our Canola power system, and I'm super excited to say that this will be the last episode working on this. So it was actually a lot of fun to continuously work on this, make small tweaks here and there, and recently make some big upgrades, but unfortunately we've been working on it for a very long time, and for some people it's probably getting a little boring. If it's really not getting boring for you, then it still should be good news that we are going to be finishing the upgrades today, because it's actually pretty darn cool upgrading from what we had last episode, which would be the crystallized canola seeds, to the empowered canola seeds that we're going to have today. So we did do a pretty fair amount of work on camera last time, but I pretty much tore most of that out. As you can see, all the stuff over here, which would be the precision dropper, the scanners, the fluid placer, fluid collector, all that stuff has been moved. And I moved some of the stuff over here, made some tweaks to it, such as adding some extra fermenting barrels to keep up with the canola press. Along with that, we've got a quantum storage unit back here to store all the canola. And the main reason behind this is because if you max out the canola that's in the farmer, so let's say you've got 6 stacks in there, it's actually not going to be harvesting anymore, and we're not going to get any seeds. So the main idea right here is we leave this open so it consistently harvests, and then we're able to build up a nice collection of seeds in here. As you can see, we've got way more crystallized canola seeds than we could possibly need right now. So this is all good to go. I've simplified the conduits a little bit. Don't mind this right here. This was just because I needed to use an atomic reconstructor for certain things to craft, like the scanners and all that for today, because I didn't have enough of the actually additions resources left. So we can actually probably just get rid of this right now. But yeah, if we look under here, you can see that I've covered all these conduits down here. Yes, there is energy hooked up to this. I know I forgot to do that last episode. There was one energy conduit missing, and it tilted a couple people, including myself. So this is all hooked up. It's good to go, and we should be good to jump into this. So one of the main reasons that I got rid of what was around here is because I think the really logical progression of this would be to make the seeds here and then upgrade them to tier 3 directly adjacent, and then do the tier 1 to tier 2 oil and the tier 2 to tier 3 oil on the very end here, and then finally turn it into power. So one thing I want to say before we actually jump into this is, as some of you may know because I've already mentioned it a little bit, I had a bunch of exams last week. I had 3 exams last week, 2 exams this week, and then I have 1 exam next week. So I've been relatively busy. That's why there was no video over the weekend. But unfortunately, I didn't get to go through and prep exactly how I wanted to do this. So while I have all the items in my inventory that at least we should need to set this up, I haven't actually gone through and done it yet in a creative world or something. So today we're going to be figuring out how to do this on camera at least a little bit. So hopefully you guys will bear with me. You'll get to see a little bit of behind the scenes as to what I normally do to prep for a video. But first things first, let's take a look at the empowered canola seeds. So of course, empowered canola seeds, we need the empowerer. Favorite blog, of course, everyone loves this. Actually, just kidding. Everyone hates this, or at least they should, because it's super annoying. Because usually when you're using this, it requires you use a bunch of actually additions items that you have to craft, and it's just annoying. It makes me think of the greenhouse glass, which required, you know, doing, it was bad. But yeah, so we need to use 4 regular canola seeds and then crystallized canola seed. So this is going to be a lot of round robin going on in here with the Ender IO conduits. So first things first, let's get out the empowerer and the display stands. This one doesn't stack because I assume it has extra energy in it that the rest of them don't. But let's figure out how we want to do this. So this is an odd number right here, so we'll have 7, which means we do have a middle block. So I say we put 1 display stand there, then we come in, here's the empowerer, second display stand goes right here, and then the other ones go right here. So this should be all good. Now what we're going to have to do is wire power up. This one requires nothing, the middle one, but all of the rest of these require power. So I don't know exactly how I want to wire this right now, but I'll probably just wire it in a plus shape. There might be a better way to wire it once we get some conduits hooked up, but for now we're just going to wire it like this, and we'll see how that goes. So the power right now is coming from, there's power right over here, but we can just pull it straight from this right here to save a conduit and run it down under here. So that should be good, should connect to all these. Yeah, so it doesn't connect to that one because the middle one doesn't need power. And there we go. So these will all be getting power from that. Now, you can put items into the display stands using pretty much any way to inject items into an inventory, which would mean hoppers would work perfectly fine. but item conduits also work perfectly fine too. So that's really nice because it means we can just input them straight in using the item conduits from Ender.io, and it makes things really simple. So we should be able to input them in the bottom too. I've only tried in the top, but I don't know why it wouldn't work on the bottom. So let's come down here, and the green channel should be inserting regular seeds. So let's say this is insert, and okay, so it actually looks like the green channel. Okay, so the green channel is the one that's extracting from down here. What's the channel coming from over here? Huh. So this is... What? This is extracting when it has a redstone. Oh, okay, so I didn't think this would start extracting yet. The main reason it's extracting is because it's getting a redstone signal from the block on top of it. So let's check the channels in here, because I want to change... So this one right here is brown. We don't want to interfere with the brown channel, so what we're going to do is flip this one to blue, change it to be active without signal, and then we need to run an item conduit through here, and it needs to go to the center one, and then we need to change this to be the blue channel. So let's get up under here, insert blue channel. So that should get the crystallized canola seeds in the middle block, and then this one over here needs to remain on the same channel as this, so it needs to be on the green channel. Yeah, because that'll get it the regular seeds. So this one will remain on the green channel, and it should get regular seeds. So let's just make sure this is on insert green. Yep. And then they should all remain on the same priority, and we have to come over here, and we have to get down and change it down here. Oh, there we go. Okay, come down here, and we are finally going to be using the round robin feature. So I want to make sure that this is correct for what we're doing, considering, yeah, so it should be fine because we're only sending the canola itself to one place. So we're going to turn on round robin, and that should be able to work to make sure that, so the canola went there. So this is extracting to the green channel, and then we might need to put filters on all of these. That would be really unfortunate, but it's because this is extracting two different things. And so, oh, right. Okay, yeah. So that's definitely what needs to be done here. We need to put filters on all of these since... Yeah, that's definitely what has to happen because there are two channels. I forgot the reason the brown channel is going in here is because the green channel is currently going in here. So yeah, that's what needs to be done here. This one's being blacklisted. So yeah, we are going to whitelist regular canola seeds on all of these, or we can blacklist canola. Either one is fine. I think we'll blacklist canola. And do I not have my filters with me right now? I guess they'll be down here. Okay, yeah, so we've got 5 filters. That should be more than enough since we don't need one for the center one. Okay, so we'll come down here, filter, blacklist canola, and when we pull this off, it should get a seed the next time it harvests from that. So we can go around and finish with the item conduits on the rest of these. And round robin should be fine because technically for every one piece that gets turned into the empowered one, or into the crystallized one I should say, we're going to want one piece to go to all of these. So we're going to insert, it probably has a piece of canola on top of it right now, but then we'll take this, blacklist canola, and we can go up. Yeah, so it does have a piece of canola, we can grab that off. Yeah, so you can see canola seeds go there, next one should go there, and come down here. Oh, we don't have item conduits yet, so we'll put that down, just so we can get it set up. Insert, filter, blacklist canola, there we go, and I'll start replacing these blocks down here, just because we're gonna be covering these up right now anyway. So this needs to get through there. I want to make sure I connect all my conduits properly right now. I don't want to go back. It's a horrible story what happened with the energy conduit last episode, because I noticed it right as I had finished recording. I immediately went to render the video out, and because I was like, I have nothing better to do right now than edit the video right away. And I saw it immediately. And so the only downside is I do scheduled uploads. And so normally I would go through and I would make an annotation on that because I noticed it. And I was like, okay, I don't want people to call me out for this. I've noticed what I was doing wrong. And, we could fix the problem before anyone calls me out on it. But when I do scheduled uploads, you can't do annotations as far as I know, until it's like finished uploading and all that and is ready to go. So I normally upload it before I go to class in the morning, and then it uploads at 11:30 while I'm at class. So I can't add annotations. It was just bad. Ooh, okay, yeah. So all the things were on there. So this has now been formed properly, and now we got to pull this out. So I guess really what I should have done in the central one is make it insert and extract, and we're going to make its own channel for this. So this is going to be in and out. The insert will be on blue. The extract we can set to its own channel, purple, so it matches it perfectly. Awesome. So the next step is going to be over here, and now that this is on extracting purple, we'll leave this open because we got to get back down there anyway. But now we got to set up again the scanner, precision dropper, fluid placer, and all that. And it is going to be a little bit cramped over here, but I think we should be okay. Yeah, so we'll just set it up right here. So precision dropper will go there and there, and then the central block will be for the fluid transition. So we'll do the scanner on either side of this, like that and like this. And are these the ones that are already set, or are these set? Okay, so it looks like they all reset anyway. When you break them, they don't keep their previous settings. We've got one precision dropper there, one here. These might keep their inventory, so I want to make sure that we have the right ones in the right spots. Okay, those don't keep it either. They keep their settings, though, which reminds me, we need a redstone torch. So we'll grab that out of there. So these are all set properly. It should be pulse on that. That gets set to pulse. And then we are going to do the fluid placer and collector over here. This will be tier 2. So fluid placer. Oh, no. No. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so I was going to say, these will have the things in it that they had before. That shouldn't have messed with anything, I don't think, because there's really nothing over here that would get broken by that. But now that we've got that, we can set one scanner right here to current block, so the oil, and then this one will be the one that triggers that. This one will be the one that triggers that, so we need to go and get a piece of, where is it? Give me one of these seeds. There we go. Oh, I already had one. Okay, well, we can then toss these, or toss one of them in here. So there we go. And now we can set this to detect this block like before. We'll do the sequencers in a minute. And then this one over here we can do, again, fluid placer and fluid collector. Is that the right way that they should be? Yeah, so this one's not the right way. This one has to get flipped around. There we go. Okay, so it's placing the fluid there. So what we can do then is take a fluid conduit, connect these two, and it should be able to take it out of this. Extract. Is there any reason it's not pulling it out of this? Oh, okay, I just jumped up really high. Huh. I wonder why it's not. So that's set on pulse to collect a fluid. That should be set on pulse. That should be set on pulse. Or maybe this one should be set on deactivation. Yeah, so that one, we want this one to constantly go. So let's get this set up over here to make sure it's working properly. And then we'll set this one up. So we're going to do these sequencers again. It's going to get a little bit crowded. These are not the already set ones. The other ones should already be set, though, I believe. Yeah, so these are already set. We got the loop 4. And then we're going to bring the redstone down. So when it detects that, it's going to come down here, and we got to force the connection to this block, so we got to get down here then. Click that with the Yeta wrench. Ooh, we can just barely see the correct side here. Force that connection there, put that there, so it'll detect that. And then this one over here. Oh, why did I connect it to the placer? No, it needs to be connected to this one over here. Wow, okay, that's embarrassing. I just connected it to the completely wrong block. Interesting. I was going to say that for something about that seemed wrong to me. Okay, we got to fill this back in then. Sandstone tile, get this here. Okay, so we're going to be doing that same exact thing over here. Can we rotate this with the wrench? Yes, we can. Same settings on it. Get our pick out. And it's just going to get run right under here. There, Yeta wrench it in. There we go. And bring it up. Okay, so now when it detects it, again, sends the pulses down there. Same thing is going to be done over here, but it needs to get connected to this system. So we'll flip this. It's going to have to get connected like so. Disable this because it's just going to trigger me. And we'll force a connection over here. There we go. So it sucked it up over here because of that. And then this one should be pulsing down here. Might not see it, but it should be pulsing theoretically. Which means if we were to go in here and throw this in, it should... Why is this... This should be pulsing here. Loop 4. Set that. That outputs when it's an oil block. Oh, so it did turn it to crystallized. Okay. Okay, yeah, so I don't know why that had a delay there. So this needs to be set to the current block. This one needs to be reset then to make it pick up. So we're going to set this to loop 4. Go all the way down, even though you really don't need to. There we go. Okay, so now it's doing that. And then this over here, I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea why this isn't working. Because this definitely worked before to pull fluids out. Okay, well that wasn't hard to do. I don't know why, but the minute I put it on the bottom, it started working and transferred it over here. So it looks like everything's good to go. For some reason, it wasn't pulling it out of the back. Probably a lot of you will tell me it can't pull it out the back or something. But trust me, last time it was hooked up to the back of this and it was working fine. So I don't really know what's up with that. But this will make it even easier to make it look good because we can just cover this up really easily. And I'll worry about that later. But now we've got this over here. So we're going to do the same exact thing that we have over here. And we are going to set this scanner to the current block. Now this scanner is going to have the sequencer, which is going to get looped again. And it is going to be loop 4. We're going to mine this out down here and set it so that it's going to trigger the precision dropper. So we get our conduits out. And there we go. Yeta wrench this down here. There we go. So that should make it put down the, what is it called? Empowered canola seeds. And then over here, again, same thing. Get out our last sequencer. I think this one should already be set. Yes, it is. Awesome. And this one is then going to get wired around to this. And we do not want that. We do not want that. We want this right here. Awesome. So now we do have to use this canola seed strategically right here. So we're going to grab this off. The next one will start going. Oh, it's actually really fast. Okay, we don't need to strategically use this that much. But we're going to say that the purple channel needs to come over here in terms of items. So let's get this right here. I think it should be able to go straight through this block right here to connect the two. So this block right here is going to get broken. And we are going to hook up the precision dropper down here. And that should be hooked up to an item. So this is going to be set to channel purple on insert. Nope, we went by it. Go back to that. So that's inserting channel purple. And this one will be extracting that. So let's set this to extract and actually set it to go without redstone signal. And let's see if it works. So it should go in here. Yes, it is. So that's crystallized canola. This one should be looping. I don't know why these stop looping. It's like they stop working as the first... Is it because... Does this connect? Right here? That's the problem. Maybe it needed to be updated, but maybe it did not, and it was just a problem that it was connecting this to a redstone signal and stopping it from working. Something along those lines. I don't know. Let's pretend I'm smart and actually know what's going on. So let's get this here to fill this in because this one is done. So it's connected, and then this just gets set to the current block, and it sucks it up over here. So the minute the canola seeds fill this up now, and I don't know why we haven't gotten more in here yet. Huh. Hopefully it's just that it's slow harvesting. I'm actually going to sleep right now, and we are going to make sure that that actually continues collecting canola seeds. But we'll see that that one works. This one's all set up now. So the last thing that we need to do for this is get the item conduits going over here and finish connecting them to this so that they are inserting on the right channel. So this one is going to be inserting the empowered canola seed, or the crystallized canola seeds, which is what channel? Is that blue? Oh, okay, we're stuck on something. Okay, yeah, so that's blue, and then we need to round robin that. So that's going to be pulling it out from over there. So we're going to come down here, set this to insert blue, and there we go. It's putting a lot of crystallized canola seeds in there. So we want to make sure, we want to make sure they don't all get sent in there. So let's see how we go about doing that. Because unfortunately we can't round robin it, because this one is not always going to have, like, this one is full right now, but unfortunately, let's just say that this one, let's just change the priority, because right now, really, and it's a sad explanation, the way to fix this is going to be a backup. So we're going to set this to priority 1, that one will stay at 0. The reason a backup will work is because once this is full of these, then it'll be able to actually kind of prioritize this over this, and it'll just go one at a time. But unfortunately, until then, it's just going to continuously fill this up, because I believe what should happen is if we set it to round robin, it'll check this one, but if it's already got it in there and it can't insert anything, then it's just going to say whatever and leave it at that, and it'll just keep filling this up. So it should be done. I want to make sure these are actually getting round robined when we go through these, so I want to actually verify that happens, because I see a lot of the canola is getting broken. Yeah, why is it is not round robining this in any way, shape, or form. You know what we're going to do? We need to set each of these to priority 1 then. So, okay, yeah, so priority 1. And you know what? I'm just going to fly up and cover this because I don't really care enough. This one down here, can we get to it from here? Yes, we can. Priority 1. This one, priority 1, and that should fix it. And this one over here, can we get to it? Priority 1. So these should all get filled up first now. Before that, because they're all in the same channel, please let that work. Okay, it doesn't look like that's even working right now in terms of priority. Why is that? Why is that not working? This is set to green. Priority -1. And let that one fill up. Maybe it's the distance they are away, but this one definitely needs to fill up with this. So what is... Make sure this is on the right channel. Yeah, so priority 1, blacklisting canola. It might be that it's blacklisting instead of whitelisting, but I really don't think that would be that much of an issue. I may test that to see if it works off camera. But other than that, I think this setup should be done. Yeah, okay, so that actually put one in there, thankfully. It may take a little bit more tweaking to get it working perfectly, but there should be a backup in here, and this down here might need to get tweaked just so that we can make this work, because we got to disconnect. Oh, wait, we got to put that down, force the connection again here, destroy the connection here, and destroy the connection there. So that should be what we need to fix that. Yep, we can put this up. Okay, well, we don't even have anything to do with that seed. And the last thing is just to connect this fluid to this over here. It's a relatively lengthy run for a conduit. This is really the farthest one that we have to go through. So what we can easily do is just run them along here. So it is pretty far. I don't have enough of these fluid conduits right now, but I think I'll hop off camera one last time. I'll make a bunch of fluid conduits, finish this whole thing up, and we can call it a day. So I will be back in a little bit, and we'll wrap this up. Okay, guys, so I am happy to finally be able to say that we have finished completely maximizing the output of our canola power setup. So I did a couple changes that I'll go over right now in terms of getting everything to work properly. The biggest thing that I added right now is at the very end, I added a quantum tank, which is able to store a very large amount of liquid. So I'm not going to turn it into power just yet. If I do turn it into power, I'm going to have this as kind of a middleman, because obviously if we're not using up the, all the oil that we're getting, then it's going to be stopping the process. So by storing it in here, it'll allow the process to continue going without actually burning any of the power or any of the fuel to get power. I added all of the conduit facade over the stuff in here, so clean it up a ton. If we look, you can see there's a lot of it running around in here, especially over there. And then I changed how things work in here. So the biggest change that I made, really the only change, is over here on the conduit below this that connects the crystallized canola seeds, so the red ones, to the precision dropper. I changed this to priority 2. I guess it would only matter if it's priority 1. And then the one in the center there that gets them is priority 0. And so basically this one is going to be full before it sends anything over there. Now this would be bad if you were looking at it in a brand new sense, but because we've got a complete set of 9 stacks in here, pretty much every time it uses one, it'll give this one more, and it'll essentially make itself round robin, since every time it uses one of these, it'll need one of these to be made for over here. So it pretty much makes itself round robin without having to worry about anything, possibly having issues. And then I did essentially the same thing for the display stands. I set it so it's no longer round robin. Oh, this is trying to drop them here, and I'm just stealing all of them. Okay, well, I set it so it's no longer round robin, and that these are all whitelisted to canola seeds. I changed it because I thought that might affect it. It really didn't. And then I made it so that these are all priority 1, and this up here is 0. So essentially what it does is it says all of these must be full before it drops any of them onto this to get turned into the crystallized canola seeds. Now the reason that that works is because yes, these will all be full right away, and then it'll always make, the empowered canola seeds. Well, that's not the case, because it'll always make those if this over here is full. If this is not full, there will be no seeds in the center here to let this work. So essentially it's got checks and balances, if you will, on itself. So although it's a little bit weird in how it's set up, it does function properly. It works perfectly, considering I think the round robin was getting messed up because it would try and put it in here, and then it would try and go here, and then it would try and go there. And so even if these had stuff on it, it might still try and go there, and then it was full and it wouldn't work, and it was bad. But still a little wonky in that, if it checks to see if all of these are full and it harvests like 5 things, and these are all full, and the process is going while those things are being harvested, all 5 of them will go to this, even if halfway through all 4 of these spots are open. But other than that, it's perfectly fine. For some reason, it looks like right now we're getting a little bit low FPS. I don't know if that's because my storage on my videos is getting a little bit full, or if we need to put Optifine on, because I don't actually have that in this pack right now. But I can add it on my own. Sorry if you noticed it during the video. I noticed it in the top corner. We were dropping like maybe 3 at like frames per second every now and again. But I think that's going to be it for today, guys. I did plan on doing some building, which is why there's that hole in the wall over there. But I really didn't have the time to get around to it. This took a little bit longer to finish up than I thought it would. But I promise we will do building next episode. We'll continue working on expanding the base, make it look even better than before. Hopefully you guys don't mind too much that I missed one of the uploads this week and that this video was a little bit less structured. I am really busy with exams. Even though I finished 2 of my hardest ones last week, I still have to worry about these ones coming up. Having 6 exams in a matter of 3 weeks is a little bit unfortunate. I wish they were a little bit more clumped together just so I could get them out of the way sooner. But there's really no way around that. I'm sure a lot of you guys have been through the same thing. But that's going to be it for today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you are enjoying getting close to spring break, at least if you're still in school. Or at least enjoying some of the warmer weather that we've been having recently. But yeah, again, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys later.